Hi, this is Grandin Gill from the University of South Florida once again, and this is the second segment in my series on the Doctor of Business Administration / Executive Doctorate program. And the particular focus of this particular segment is going to be on the type of executive doctorate accredited by the AACSB that has been growing rapidly in popularity in recent years. So, what do these degrees have in common? Well, the first thing is that they are a doctoral degree that's specifically designed with practicing executives in mind. That affects both their content, and it also means that they're scheduled in such a way that executives can attend them and that they're part-time programs, which is very different from PhD programs. Another very important aspect of these programs is that their emphasis is on conducting research that can be applied to practice. Whenever you do a doctoral degree in business, the focus of that degree is going to be research. However, when you talk about a traditional PhD, most of the time when they speak about research, they talk about research that is intended for publication in the research literature. Whereas in these executive doctoral programs, we're interested more in research that can be applied in a business context. Another aspect of these degrees is that they're a way of differentiating yourself from your peers. Traditionally, an MBA degree was a differentiator for individuals seeking the executive ranks. But today, with the exception of some of the most elite schools, the MBAs have become rather commoditized, and there are an awful lot of them around. Well, at this point in time, there are not a lot of DBAs around, so it's a way of identifying yourself and distinguishing yourself from your peers. Another aspect of the degree is that it provides the graduates with the ability to teach at the graduate level in business schools. And this is particularly true in the South. In the South, our accrediting agency, which is known as SACS, specifically requires terminal degrees for anyone who teaches at the graduate level, which means essentially you have to be a doctor in business. And so the DBA allows you to do that. And I think that's very important because a lot of practicing executives would like to teach a graduate course or two. And right now, that's very difficult in the southern area. In other areas of the country, it's less of an obstacle. Another interesting thing about the DBA is it is one of the fastest growing types of degrees here in the US. And I'll show you a chart just to illustrate the growth in this particular type of degree. And the first of these degrees was first offered around 1993 at Case Western. The orange represents the number of degrees that were introduced in a particular year. The blue represents the cumulative number. We next got a spate of degrees in 2009. The number tripled because two AACSB accredited institutions opened up degrees in the Atlanta area. Now in 2011, we had another degree added. In 2013, another program was added. And now in 2014, it looks as if 6 additional programs are going to be added across the US, bringing the total to 11. 11 is a lot more than 1, but when you compare it to the number of programs, say, in the United Kingdom and Australia, which combined have a population something like a third of that of the US, they've got over 70 programs of this type. So the US is a relative newcomer to this type of program, but their number is growing rapidly.